Good morning, beloveds. I'm tired, but I think I feel better than I did yesterday. Yesterday was kind of a messy, emotional day. And today I just kind of woke up feeling a little bit different. We went to the park today, and at one point there were a couple of grackles, a whole bunch of squirrels, a bunch of blue jays, and the cardinal showed up. And the cardinal just hung out. The cardinal really, Tom tried a couple of times to throw peanuts, and the cardinal wasn't really interesting, was just hanging out. So I hope I got at least one good picture, maybe a bunch of good pictures. I can cross my fingers and hope. If you look up, cardinals are associated with people who have passed on visiting you. And just the fact that the cardinal just kind of hung out for, a good 5 minutes made me feel better. So, all right. Yeah. Now I just have to have the courage to go back and look at the pictures and see if I got anything worth keeping. So, it is July 24th. Our title is No Good Thing Shall Be Withheld. Our author is Agnes J. Gaylor, and this was published in The Truth, which was edited by the Holmes. So this may be Science of Mind. All right, and it was from 1918. No good thing shall be withheld. The supply for every want awaits the demand. Then it comes to you, possibly from a source you least expected. The demand is the knock at the door. Faith is the secret key that unlocks the door, takes hold of the thinking hoped for, and delivers it to you, bringing into evidence the thing not seen. The desire in the heart for all good things is God tapping at the door of your soul conscious with its infinite supply, a supply that is ever useless unless there is a personal demand for it. Before they call, I will answer, saith the Lord. O wonderful mystery of life! Surely it is the paradigm of all the glory and splendor of the world's redemption administered to each person. That sounds very Ernest Holmes, doesn't it? Not sure who Agnes Gaylor is. My grandmother's name was Agnes. She also loved cardinals. I come by my love of cardinals. Honestly, it was my grandmother's favorite bird. Okay. So, I don't know, that first line. The supply in every want awaits demand. And then she goes on to say, and the fulfillment could come from a source you least expect. And that's the thing about Science of Mind. That is one of the things that we lean really hard into. Be specific enough, but not so specific that you limit spirit. The really amazing thing is that spirit is unlimited. We, in this current material form, are limited. It's the agreement we made to take on material form, to limit ourselves. But spirit is not limited. And so when we treat for something, what we want to do is make sure that we are not limiting ourselves out of what we want. Sometimes we get so specific that we eliminate the possibility. Like, and Jesse will say that. It's like, if you see a house that you want, don't treat for that house. Treat for what it is about that house that you love. Because the people in the house may not be ready to move. Now, they might be, and maybe, you can come to some agreement, but treat for what it is about that house. Just like if you are looking for a partner of any sort, don't treat for a specific person. If there's a specific person that you fancy, treat for what it is about them that you like, okay? Because maybe that person's not available, or maybe that person's just not, right for you. So you want to treat for what it is about that person that sparks your interest, and then let spirit find the person that's perfect for you. When I say partner, you take it. Do you want a friend? Do you want a business partner? Do you want a romantic partner? Whatever, you know what I mean. Don't treat for a specific person. Treat for what it is about that person that attracts your attention and that you like about them, and then let Spirit find the perfect person for you. If there's a particular car that you want, be specific enough, but without lining yourself out of what it is that you want. When we went to buy the car that I have now, because my car had just, it had a flaw in it. It finally hit that point where it was like, this isn't safe anymore. I was pretty specific in what I wanted, but there were two types of cars that I could have gone with. And when I was looking at them, there were two colors that I could have gone with. So I didn't limit myself out of my options, because if I decided I wanted a green one, well, there were no green ones available. So, which is fine, because I'm perfectly happy with the blue one. And that's what I mean. So it's like, what are the qualities that you want? What is it that you want? Be specific enough without specifying it's got to be this one. And then let Spirit find the unlimited ways that Spirit can find to bring them to you. And expect the unexpected. Expect Spirit to find an infinitely creative way to bring it to you from a source that you least expect. That is what she's talking about. There are so many quotes all throughout the Bible. And if you look in other sacred literature, it's the same thing. It's like, God wants us to be happy. Who's that? Benjamin Franklin. God wants us to be happy, therefore there's beer, whatever. God wants us to be happy. One of the qualities of God is joy. God wants us to be joyful. What we have to do is be willing to let go a little bit of the reins and allow God to present I'm going to use the word smorgasbord for you to choose from. Okay. When you get too narrow-minded where it's got to be this, then you eliminate all of the rest of the choices. And I'm like, God could present you a smorgasbord to choose from, and you only want that one type of cheese. So specific, but not too specific. What is it about the person? What is it about the car? What is it about the house? What is it about the job that gets your attention? That's what you want to focus on, not that one. And then allow Spirit to bring it to you, and we are allowed to stomp our feet and ask for clarity. But then when we stomp our feet and ask for clarity, we got to be willing to accept the clarity that comes. It's like, don't ask for a message you're not ready to receive. But ask for the message, ask for the message, ask for the clarity, ask for what it is that you want. And then if you're not getting what you want, then go back and think what you've put in the way of that. How many times have you said, well, I want this, but I don't deserve it? You got to look at that too. Sometimes we get like I said, we limit ourselves out of possibility. So open up your limits a little bit. Focus on the entire board, not that one type of cheese. I may be thinking with my stomach right now. All right. And it's a basic, simple lesson in science of mind. Whatever it is that you want, God would like to provide it for you. You've got to give God enough information without giving God too much information and limiting yourself out of possibilities. Where is it? The desire in the heart for all good things is God tapping at the door of your soul consciousness with its infinite supply. A supply that is ever useless unless there's a personal demand for it. So God is tapping at your soul consciousness saying, hey, this is available. Ask for it. And the reason for it, and I say it on a regular basis, the reason for us asking for what we want is it signals our willingness to receive it. God knows what you want, but until you are willing to ask for it, you are not willing to receive it. And that's the truth. So, before they call, I will answer, saith the Lord. O wonderful mystery of life. Surely it is the paradigm of all glory and splendor in the world's redemption administered to each person. So the mission today, should we choose to accept it, is to make that demand. Make that demand. And then expect it to come from a source. How do you expect the unexpected? Ask for what you want. That's the mission. Ask for what you want, and then be willing to accept it. That second part's super important. We can ask all we want, but unless we're willing to accept it, yeah. All right. I know it's a short one, and it's a short one today, and I guess I'm just a little tired. So you have your mission. Ask for what you want, and then be willing to receive it. No good shall ever be withheld if you're willing to accept it. And then, as I remind you, to the spiritual practice of self-care. It is a spiritual practice to do something loving for yourself, do something kind for yourself, do something compassionate for yourself every day. Is very important. If you are going to live a life of service, then you must take care of yourself first. You cannot pour from an empty cup. You don't have to have a full cup, but you do. You can't pour from an empty cup. You got to take care of yourself. And when I say do something loving for yourself, do something kind for yourself, do something compassionate for yourself, there are an infinite ways of doing that. I give you a few short suggestions, such as taking a deep breath before you speak, especially to yourself, to take a walk, to take a nap, to take a break, to take care of yourself, to eat something really amazing. You know, I'm a big believer in eating dessert first, to wear the good clothes, to use the good china. You know, don't save the good stuff. Sometimes it means letting go of some stuff, and sometimes it means going out and getting new stuff, and sometimes it looks like rearranging, and sometimes it looks like when somebody offers you something, saying yes. And sometimes when somebody offers you something, it looks like saying no. All right? Sometimes the most loving, kind, and compassionate thing you can do for yourself is no. So, yeah, that's what it looks like. And when I talk about this spiritual practice, doing something loving, kind, and compassionate for yourself, I want to remind you that it does look like making room for joy. It does. It absolutely does. Joy is a quality of God. And no matter what is going on in the world, you deserve joy. So please make room for it. Absolutely. It's part of the reason why I go to the park and throw peanuts to squirrels and blue jays and woodpeckers and cardinals if they show up, and grackles. That's a little risky to throw them to the grackles because they can swarm you, and I'm not having that. So, but I want you to practice this on yourself. I'm a big believer in self-care. You absolutely know that. I make no bones about that. But I want to remind you that 1, you are your own best test subject. 2, you get immediate feedback. 3, I want you to create a habit, a first response, so that no matter what happens, you can respond lovingly, kindly, and compassionately. And 3, or maybe I'm on 4, or A, B, you deserve your own love. You deserve your own kindness. You deserve your own compassion. That is why I encourage you to practice on yourself, right? I would like you to create a well-worn path to the source of your own being, to the infinite source of love, kindness, and compassion. So that no matter what happens, 1, you're plugged in. You are absolutely plugged in to that infinite source, and you can let it flow through you at all times. The most healing thing you can do is let love, kindness, and compassion flow through you all the time. So practice on yourself. The rest of the suggestions are basic self-care. Do something to engage your mind and your body today, whatever that looks like to you. Drink plenty of water. I mean, we're looking at another 10 days of 100 to 104. So please, where I live, Hopefully it's cooler where you are. So drink plenty of water. I say fluid, but water. It's not just water. There's some trace minerals and some lemon in there. Oh, and a little stevia too. Um, so drink plenty of water. Hydrate. Your brain works better when it is well hydrated. And then um, get early in your day bright light. When we got to the park, there were very few clouds in the sky. By the time we left the park, it was fairly cloudy. I prefer to go to the park when it's cloudy. I get better pictures that way. The sunlight washes everything out. But, early in your day bright light. I'm talking 5 or 10 minutes. Yes, I got an hour and a half in the park, but it was also partly shade. 5-10 minutes, face, forearms. 1, it'll support your vitamin D levels. 2, it'll reset your hormone balance. It's called a circadian rhythm. Starts with a C. If you want to Google it. And you'll have more energy during the day and you'll sleep better at night. So please, take a look out for that. And then I'm going to end you with my Ernest Holmes quote of suggestions. Open the windows of your soul. Allow the breath of heaven to remind you, you do live in heaven right here, right now. It's all around us all the time. Okay? We all come from the same source. Everything around us comes from the same source. It's all made from God's stuff. When you think about that, you realize heaven is a state of mind. It is a state of consciousness. Once you recognize that, heaven ceases to be a place that you got to get to and can become any place you are. So when you stop and think, you know what? It's all God. You move through the world differently. You make different decisions. You say different things. You let the love flow through you. All right? So open the windows of your soul. There's lots of ways to do it. Good music, good literature. I know I just shared a couple of videos up on the Running Rev Ryan Facebook page because somebody else shared them and I was like, this is interesting. And how am I going to save this in a place where I'll go watch it? Well, I put it up on the Facebook page so I can go do that on my computer. Yeah. So there's that. And I just lost my train of thought. And as always, when I talk about, heaven, I'm going to remind you, if we are opening the windows of our soul, one of the best ways to do it, take Emma's advice, look for the good and praise it. Okay? Gratitude will absolutely get you everywhere. Okay, so now I guess I'm at the social media part since I've already mentioned it once. There is, we are Creative Life Spiritual Center, Creative Life Spark on the social medias that we are on. I know I just shared a video to the Creative Life Spiritual Center, this page, unless you're watching this on YouTube, and then, about empathy. And I was like, well, that's interesting. I love TED Talks. If you haven't figured it, linked into the world of TED Talks, there's everything in the TED Talks. And it was interesting. So, check those out. I am the Running Rev Ryan on the social medias that I am on. And I just put a bunch of interesting videos up, including apparently a 7-hour book. And I'm not sure I've got 7 hours to listen to a book, but we'll see. And on the Creative Life Spiritual Center YouTube, well, it's actually on both YouTube channels, the Running Rev Ryan and the Creative Life. I read this thing called You. It is my favorite book. I was distressed to find that there was not an audio copy, so I read it on Facebook live and then uploaded it to YouTube. So it's there. You can go read it or listen to it. I was going to say something else. And there's no commentary. It's just straight up. I just read the book to you. That's it. You can make your own commentary. And there was whatever else I was about to say, and I don't remember what it was. Oh yeah, email info@creativelife.org. That'll get you on the constant contact. So if you want to know what's going on at the center, you can click there, and that will get you a, I don't know what I was about to say. It's a constant contact. There are hot links in it. If it says click here now, then click here now, and it will take you to the page that you want, or to the information that you want, or the person that can help you get it. So the hot links are hot. I am confused. I need to stop talking. All right. So email info@creativelife.org. Check out all the social medias. There's all kinds of stuff. And now I'm at the part. I'm going to take another sip and then put my glass down. where I encourage you to have a great day, a wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanted day, a wonderful day, an awesome day, an amazing day, a ask for what you want day, a take care of yourself day, a compassionate day, a loving day, a kind day, a take a deep breath day, a know that it's going to be okay day, a get stuff done day, or take a break day, a good day. And if that is too much pressure, simply have a day. You are enough, just as you are. You're a beloved child of God. You are a divine spark, a brilliant light. You are your spirit in motion, God in action. You are, as Reverend Jesse likes to call us, a godling. So, take care of yourself. Always. All right. Reverend David should be on around 5 p.m. with you. I'll be back with you around 9 a.m. tomorrow. Today is Saturday, which means tomorrow's Sunday, so we'll have an amazing service for you because Reverend David is speaking at 11 a.m. Just a note, if we don't have Wi-Fi and we can't figure it out, we will record the service and then post it up after that. So if you don't see it at 11, we will make a note, and then you can come back around 12:30 and I will have it up. I will find a way to get it to you because we're minding the gap with Reverend David. So keep an eye out for that. Okay. Take care of yourself. Know that you are loved, and I will see you next time.